Shedeur Sanders' show continues on toward the NFL draft as Pro Day awaits. One thing that has always been a certainty: Deion Sanders can sell. When he was about to be drafted in 1989, he had plenty of draft competition such as RB Barry Sanders, OT Tony Mandarich, LB Derek Thomas, RB Tim Worley, QB Troy Aikman, and DE Trace Armstrong, all trying to be known and get their piece of the pie. Green Bay Packers versus Atlanta Falcons. Deion was taken fifth by the Atlanta Falcons in spite of all his gold chains and watches. He was a spectacle and preached the gospel of Deion to whoever listened to how great he was. And as it turned out, he was absolutely correct. Deion could cover receivers. He could bait quarterbacks and act like he was beaten, only to shift into that other gear he had and intercept the ball instead. He took 2 teams to the Super Bowl and won, and brought a 3rd club out of the gutter. Now, it's his oldest son's time to be drafted. The vast array of press conferences is the same strategy, minus the heap of gold chains. But this time around, the message isn't, "I am the greatest," but "I can change your team for the better." While Deion has not been the Manning dad who has stated which teams his son will not play for, or has taken the John Elway approach that he will suit up for everyone except the Colts who hold the 1st overall pick, it has been perfectly clear that if a franchise drafts Shedeur, you also get the father. Shedeur Sanders just might be the most intriguing player in the entire 2025 NFL draft, and certainly the most discussed. And that is by design. By talking about him, it keeps everyone's mind that he should and could be a 1st-round draft pick. Plenty of draft sites have Shedeur out of the 1st round completely. Others have him lasting in the lower half of the 1st round, while many believe he could be selected in the top 5. If he gets shut out of the 1st round completely, the top half of the 1st round is where the NFL needy clubs are all huddled together, and in all likelihood, D would hear his name on day 2. But being Deion's son, day 2 is not an option. Being drafted out of the top 10 is also not an option. Taken by the Cleveland Browns at pick number 2 is what Deion is expecting. He can relent that Cam Ward from Miami is a more polished NFL prospect at quarterback. But after that, why isn't his son the next player taken? On Thursday, Shedeur was getting ready for yet another interview to tell the world how good he is and the wonders he is ready to install with his future roster. Shedeur was at the Ford Center Field inside the Dallas Cowboys practice facility complex in Frisco, Texas, for the Big 12 Conference Joint Pro Day being covered by NFL Network. With his father a former Cowboys icon, Shedeur is always welcome at any Dallas facility. Oklahoma State, Verve, Colorado. Photo by Andrew Weber's Getty Images. NFL Network had just gotten Shedeur on set for an interview as numerous players were about to go through drills and workouts for NFL coaches, scouts, and executives in the 12,000-seat facility. Then a message blared over the intercom system. The message was explaining to the NFL community that Shedeur would not be working out today.